Welcome to Picture Book Drama, where it is everything in entertainment. I am your host, Sean, your video and comic guru, bringing you some pickups I've gotten lately. I do apologize for, it's been about 3 weeks since I've dropped a video. Really been working a lot in between work and going back and forth to the hospital. My time has been just taken. But I'm always collecting, never stopping, and I have a bunch of books to show you that will prove just that. I'm not going to be doing long-winded videos anymore. Hopefully I'll be doing 15 or less minute videos just to make the videos quicker for you guys to watch, and it's easier to edit. But I picked up 3 bundles from my local LCS Chicago Comics here in Chicago, Illinois. They are located, I believe it's 3244 North Clark Street, but if you just look them up, they've been there forever. I moved here to Chicago in September 1st of 2000, and it's 2025. They were already established when I got there. So check them out. Great people, great store. Small, but they have a lot of stuff in there. And they do comic bundles really cheaply, really great books to get. It's a great way to fill in your collection or get books you normally wouldn't get. First thing is I'm going to show you is this one because it's such an obscure comic book and character as well. This is issues 1 through 3 of the character Black Orchid. I can never say it correctly. Orchid? I say Orchid. Sounds good. But it's a 3-issue miniseries, prestige format, meaning that when you look at the book, the side of it is flat. It's like a book. If you put it on a shelf, you'll be able to read the spine. I end up getting all 3 issues of that miniseries for, again, $7. These are $3.50 each back in the 80s, so this is a really great deal. This character has been around for, wow, since the 70s, but never really caught on too much. She appeared, I believe, in Adventure Comics, but it's like really just kind of came and went. But she did appear later in the Justice League Dark series. This is issue number 2. And this book got a lot of flack for the covers. By the way, this is by Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean. Great artwork, really trippy, very surreal. And these covers really had a nice abstractness to it. Very much like Japanese art. I love this. And at that time I was really into Taoism, so that just hit my my heart a little bit more when that came out. Next one that I picked up for $6, 4-issue miniseries, The Akasi Sun. If you're not familiar with that, that is a miniseries that came out in the 90s, I believe. 4-part miniseries that really chronicled, issue number 1, the life of Nathan Summers, the son of Scott Summers and Madeline Pryor. If you have seen X-Men 97, final issue, the character at the end, the old lady with all the lines on her face, is a very important character, not just in the Akasi Sun storyline, but also in the X-Men lore, period. She is also in, I don't want to give her away. Once you see X-Men 97, they may start to give clues to who she is. I don't want to give that away if you don't know, because it's really cool. But there is also another miniseries that I do need to get. It's The Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix, or of Jean and Cyclops. I'm not sure what order you put it in, but it continues the story. It might actually be the prequel to this, where you get to see Jean Grey and Scott Summers go to the future and somehow raise him for a while. It's been decades since I read it, so I definitely want to find it and read that. But definitely something to pick up. And for $6 for 4 issues, can't go wrong. Now the last one I picked up from Chicago Comics, this is $22 for, I thought, 11 comics. It ended up being 13. And it kind of steps outside the realm of the books I normally pick up, which is Marvel and DC exclusively, even though this does fall under the Wildstorm banner, which is now integrated into DC and was done by Jim Lee. So if you guys have figured it out yet, I ended up picking up Wildcats issue 1 through 11 for $22. I was a big fan of these. I mean, of course, Jim Lee was huge, thanks to Uncanny X-Men, and then his run on X-Men, making it basically the longest and most it sold the most copies ever of any comic book, and that record has not been broken, and probably never will. This is number 2 with 90s foil goodness. Number 3. Now I do want to get the original OG Image Comics. You know, Spawn, Cyberforce, God help me, Youngblood, Savage Dragon, Deathblow. Deathblow basically was their version of Punisher, but really good artwork. That was another Jim Lee one, but he did it. I can't explain it. It's just the artwork was beautiful. They did some great crossovers with certain issues like this. It's a crossover with Cyberforce. Really more art than story. Let's just face it, that's what they were known for. So they really went for their strong suits at that point, and they let the stories kind of build slowly while the art was really dominating everything. But you got those. I would love to get the Pit and the Max, Gene 13, all those books, and they are all kind of connected together, at least with the Wildcats. All those books have a connection with them. So I would definitely say that. These 2 books, if you had noticed, I was going in order. This is number 11, which is what I'm supposed to be getting in that for the $22, 1 through 11. But they also threw in the Wildcats special, I almost spit my tongue, and as well as the Source book. So I got 13 comics for $22. And the crazy thing is, with the Source book, is a wraparound cover. The front half of the cover is embossed, while the back half isn't. So I guess I kind of figured if the back is against a board, it's just going to rub against it, and the emboss is just going to get destroyed anyway. But great, great, great deal. So 3 great sets of books for a really good price. I mean, for under $40, like what's that? 15 or 13, 32, 33, 34, for $35 basically. I got those books. That's not a bad deal. Now, I paid $47 with shipping for these 6 comics. If you've been watching my channel, I got Shade the Changing Man actually through excuse me, Chicago Comics. I was able to get that series, that video, probably like 2 or 3 videos ago. Definitely check that out. But prior to that, I had been picking up the first appearance of Blue Beetle and the first appearance of The Question. Unfortunately, mine were actually the reprints from Milestone, not through Charleston. The original Milestone, I think. But they still have great value to them because they were still coming out in like the late 60s, if not the 70s. So if you're going to have a reprint of something, that's what you want to have. But they are all Steve Ditko related books. So are these. $47 with shipping. I got the entire series of Hawk and Dove. I've been wanting this forever. I had a deal where I was going to get this plus the first appearance in Showcase. Can't quite remember the number. I want to say 72 or 73, but I could be wrong. And I was going to get those for I think $80, but at the last minute, someone else snuck out and overbid me, and I lost out on it. But now I at least have these because I do want to concentrate on getting the final issue. My Teen Titans from the 1966 in order. I only have a handful of issues. I have issue 1 and 2, and I think from 47 to 53, which is the last issue, I have those. Maybe a 1 or 2 in between that, but not many. Those are not cheap, but they're not overly expensive. You can spend anywhere between $10 to $15, $10 to $20 on those books. But depending on when you get them on the vendor, you end up spending $30 to $40 on those, if not more. So those are things I'm going to be looking to do. Maybe at the convention, because at least then I could see them. Since they are books from the 60s, you don't want them to be destroyed. But again, trying to make these videos under 15 minutes, so hopefully you guys enjoyed these videos, or this video. Please hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, let me know what you guys think. If you guys are going to be going to Fan Expo, let me know. I will definitely be going on Saturday. I'm no longer an ambassador with them, but I do still plan to go to it. And I'll explain more of that in a later video, but let me know what you guys think. And I'm trying to kill a lot of books before I have to go, so they don't have to cost me a ton more money, if you understand what I mean. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much. Remember, here at Picture with Drama is everything in entertainment. I am your host, Sean, your video and comic guru. See you guys next time. Bye!